Hi students, welcome back to the class. The last video we had discussed about pollination as agents of pollination. Can you recall the process? Pollination. The process of transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma is called what? Pollination. So what are the types of pollination? Self-pollination and cross-pollination, and different types of agents that helps to pollinate. Okay, so now we are going to discussing the process of fertilization. So what is fertilization? Process of fusion of male and female gametes give rise to an embryo. That is what? Fertilization. Okay, so the process of fusion of male and female gametes that give rise what? Embryo. So what is this gametes? Specialized cells which serve the functions of reproduction. Gametes are the specialized cells which serve the function of reproduction. Okay, so see, this is the male gamete and female gamete, and this going to fuse together, and what they have produced, yes, that is zygote. Okay, so what is this zygote? Yes, zygote is a single cell structure formed from the fusion of male and female gamete. Okay, and this zygote that develops into embryo. Okay, and the embryo develops into organism. Clear? Okay, so this male gamete and female gametes are sex cells. Is it clear? Yes. When these are fused together, this form a what? Zygote, and this zygote develop into embryo, and embryo that's develop into one organism. Okay, clear? Yes. So, in sexually reproducing organism, male and female gametes, these are sex cells. Okay, and let us see the fertilization. The process of fusion of male and female gametes to give rise to an embryo, that is what? Fertilization. So, how this occur in the flower? See the pollen tube in flowering plants. Okay, it's produced two male nuclei, out of which, okay, this having what? Two male nuclei of out of which, and this having what? This is a one fuse with egg cell which pollen tube penetrate into embryo sac to form zygote. The anther male nucleus fuses with two polar nuclei to form endosperm. What? Endosperm. Okay. So the zygote will divided and develop when the pollen grains that enter into the ovary. Okay, when this enter into the ovary, that means inside the embryo sac. Okay, and this fuse to the, now this fuse to the air, and this form what? Zygote. Okay, now this zygote formation, it's complete the fertilization. Okay, when the zygote is formed, that's a complete the fertilization. Now you got the fertilization. Okay, so this ovary, you know that the outer part is ovary and the inner one is ovule. So this outer ovary that becomes fruit and ovule becomes seed. So the parts of the female reproductive part that will develop into seed after fertilization. So this ovule that after form what? The seed. Zygote will divided and develop into embryo, which will give rise to plumule and radicle of the seed. Okay, and this plumule, that means what's having the baby plant. Okay, and radicle. Okay, clear? So this endosperm will act as a nutritive tissue for the growth of embryo. Is it clear? When they get the suitable condition, the seed will start to germinate. How they will start to germinate? Above the parent plant? No, the dispersal of seed. Okay, the dispersal of seed. After dispersal of seed, the seed get, when the seed get the suitable condition, they start to germinate. So now we are going to discussing the topic seed and germination of seed. Let's watch this video.
It's time to work. I know.
Aha!
I will get the seed.
The seed contains a small baby plant called an embryo.
Let's sow the seed. Wait, I have some conditions.
Conditions required for the growth of a seed are moisture, warmth, nutrient-rich soil, sunlight, good quality seed. Once these conditions are satisfied, the seed begins to grow. The seed absorbs water from the soil. And provides moisture to the embryo. The plant cells inside the seed start duplicating. Enzymes get activated. Embryo starts getting nourishment. The first sign of growth is a tiny root which comes out of the seed.
Hey, I'm Mr. Root. Let us study the process of germination.
With more and more nourishment, the embryo starts growing.
Oh, sunlight. It's time for photosynthesis.
Starts growing downwards to anchor the seed. And to search for more food and nutrients from the soil. Meanwhile, the shoot also starts growing upwards towards the light. Soon, we see a baby plant with tiny leaves. This process of the growth of a seed into a plant is called germination.
Germination, there are two types, hypogeal and epigeal germination. Epigeal germination is a type of germination in which the cotyledons comes out of soil. Okay. It's generally found in dicotyledons like plaster, cotyledons, etc. Okay. Hypogeal germination. The type of germination in seed which cotyledons remains below the soil. This type of germination seen both monocot and dicot seeds. In this type of germination seen both the monocot and dicot seeds. In this case, cotyledons do not become green but they gradually dry up and fall off. Okay. Examples: pea, grams, groundnut, radish, etc. Now we are going to discussing the topic fruit. So you know that a fruit is a repaint ovary and produced after pollination and fertilization. So ovary becomes fruit. So the wall of the ovary becomes the pericarp or the fruit wall. So the fertilized ovule inside the ovary becomes modified into the seeds. Okay. The wall of the ovary may be fleshy as in tomato, brinjal, orange, papaya, apple, like this fruits. So these fleshy part of the fruit that is called as what? These fruits called as the fleshy fruits. Okay. And in some dry seeds like pea, gram, beans, maize, lady's finger, cotton. So this fruit wall of the ovary that is dry and thin. So this fruit is called as what? Yes, dry fruit. Okay. And the fruit protects the seed which carry the future plant in the embryo stage. There is in two ways. How? Yes, when young, its green color keeps that means the sepals that keeps in hidden under the green foliage. Okay, in the bud stage. And when mature, its colored are soft and fragrant fruit wall attract the agents for the dispersal of fruit and seed. Okay. And next we are going to discussing the formation of fruit. Usually only the ovary grows to form the fruit. Okay, so this type of fruit is called what? True fruit. And otherwise some plants, parts of the flowers other than the ovary also that make what? After the fertilization and helps to form the fruit. Such fruit is called what? False fruit. Examples of true fruit: mango. And examples of false fruit, yes, that's right, apple, pear, gooseberry. Okay. And this false fruit, that is flower part, that is becoming what? Fruit. Okay. Let us see. In case of apple, after fertilization has occurred, the thalamus develops around the growing ovary and forms the fleshy and skin of the fruit. The ovary constitutes the core, which we generally do not eat. Within the ovary are the seeds of apple. Okay. And next is parts of fruit. What are the parts of fruit? Yes, the entire ovary grows to form the fruit and the ovary wall forms the pericarp of the fruit. Okay. And the pericarp may be thick or thin. Then the thick, it may consist of three parts. The outer is called epicarp from the skin of the fruit. The middle called is mesocarp. And the pulpy in fruit like mango, plum, etc. And the inner called endocarp. It's often very thin and membranous as in orange, or it may be the hard and stony as in the palm, mangoes, etc. So what are the functions of fruit? Protection, dispersal of seeds, and storage of food. So protection. It protects the seed against injury and other unfavorable climatic conditions. Fruit protect the seed against injury and other unfavorable conditions. Dispersal of seed. It helps in the dispersal of seed or fruit with seed which ripe. And dispersal occur with the natural method and artificial too. And next is storage of food. It stores the food materials as in the case of tomato, apple, and mango. Okay. And next is dispersal of fruits and seeds. So now we are going to discussing dispersal of seeds and fruits. Dispersal of seeds means to scatter seeds over a wide area. The same kind of plants grow at different places because their seeds are dispersed to different places by the various natural agents such as wind, water, and animals, etc. And seed dispersal is beneficial to the plants because it provides the following advantages of the plants. What are the advantages? Yes, seed dispersal prevents the overcrowding of the plants in an area. And seed dispersal prevents the composition of water, minerals, and sunlight among the same kind of plant. Seed dispersal helps the plant to grow in new place for wide distribution. So how seed and fruit are dispersed? The main agents for the dispersal of seed and fruits are wind, water, and animals. Okay. So the first one, dispersal of seed and fruit by wind. The seed and fruits dispersed by wind, either having wing-like structure or they have hair or they are very small, which helps them to the easily carried away by the blowing wind. The plants those seeds or fruits are dispersed by wind are drumstick, mappers, madar, sunflower, cotton, gases, orchids, and begonia. The next is dispersal of seeds and fruits by water. The seeds and fruits which are dispersed by water develop floating ability in the form of spongy or fibrous outer coats. The seeds of water lily plant and coconut plant are dispersed by water. Dispersal of seed and fruits by animals. Some fruits develop hooks on their surface by which they get attached to the hairy bodies of the passing animals and carried away to distant places. The fruit xanthium and urena plants are covered with numerous hooks due to which they are dispersed by animals. And the next one is the dispersal of seed by an explosive mechanism. The ripe fruit of castor plant bursts suddenly with a jerk and scatter the seed fall away from the parent plant. I hope all of you understood about these all topics. Okay, thanks for watching.